Yeah.
Jesus, Jesus, talk to me. And look in your eyes, and it's starting to worry me. I ain't ready for no family ties. Nobody's gonna hurry me. Well, hello there. We're on our way to Glastonbury to go camping with a bunch of crazy people from the internet. Most of them, they don't particularly like me, and a lot of people have dropped out because, probably shouldn't say that. So we're going camping in Glastonbury, which is 193 miles away from where we currently are in North Wales. A few people are going from the internet, and they're all conspiracy weirdos who believe in certain conspiracies. That's why they're conspiracies, people.
This is the ARC Forum meeting, and it's about 12:30, maybe later, and they're trying to make food.
There he is!
You're on film.
Greatness! Magic! Fantana! Look! To your right! You minions of evil! Look!
You don't want some cheap? Don't shine a shit like that. You fucking UFO.
Come on. There's a whole packet in there, I see. You want a packet of fish? I thought they were already sold. Shit, what the fuck? It's, is it me? It's 2:30 in the morning, or just a little before. It's freezing cold. I've been trying to sleep for over an hour, probably, and I just couldn't do it. It's too cold. I need brick. Shit, what the fuck? It's, is it me?
For years, David Shayler has been a thorn in the flesh of Britain's intelligence establishment. An MI5 officer for 6 years, he went to jail after leaking secret documents to the press. In the last 10 years, he's been a novelist, a writer on security matters and a political activist. But his latest role may be the most talked about yet, that of mystic. Sally Gould went to meet him.
Church bells rang and rang and rang, and I was sitting there feeling slightly uncomfortable. He says, that's the proclamation of you being the Messiah. You are the Messiah.
David Shayler is used to raising eyebrows. He's a figure who rose to national prominence for saying the unsayable. 10 years ago, leaving his employer, MI5, in disgust, blowing the whistle in a national newspaper, claiming the security services planned to assassinate the Libyan leader, Colonel Gaddafi. He paid a price then, as now, for his pronouncements, imprisoned for defying the Official Secrets Act. Shayler says his conclusions on spirituality are just the next step on what's been a long road of truth-telling. He's now settled in Dartmoor in Devon, where he's been following signs that eventually led him to a psychic that he believes channeled the spirit of Mary Magdalene.
She says, I've been asked to anoint you with a spikenard. So I'm lying there and I get anointed. She puts the Messianic cross on my forehead. And it ends. And she said to me, and I said to her, do you know what you've just done? And she said, yes. And I said, it's a new era. And she said, what are you talking about? And I said, don't you realise you've just anointed the Messiah? And she said, no, I haven't. And I said, well, that's what the Magdalene was indicating to me, and that's what you've just done.
His spiritual journey started with Jewish mysticism. He came to believe he was one of the 2 prime incarnations of the Yeshua spirit. Looking back through past lives, thinking he might have been Jesus, deciding he must have been a reincarnation of Astronoges, a revolutionary crucified in 1 BC. He believes other past lives have included John the Divine, Leonardo da Vinci, King Arthur and the archangel Metatron. He sees proof of all this in a crop circle on a chessboard he drew as a child, and in the text on the rod of Aaron, the staff carried by the brother of Moses.
There is an anagram of David Shayler, righteous king, on the rod of Aaron. And I looked at that, except the word for Hebrew that they used for king was chav. So at the moment, I suddenly realise it goes David, S-H-A. I'm going through my name and think, someone's trying to tell me, because this is known as the ineffable name of God, someone's trying to tell you you're God. And at the moment you suddenly realise that someone's trying to tell you you're God, David Shayler, righteous chav.
Shayler says he now has the ability to change the weather, that his meditation stopped this summer's attempted bombings in London, that his channeling of the light put Middlesbrough into the UEFA Cup final.
Bryford Bryan has basically been responsible, obviously, for a lot of the problems with the word Messiah, basically. But Messiah is it's the Jewish word, one of the Jewish words for, obviously, the person who's coming. It actually just means messenger, basically.
But many supporters say this turn robs him of his credibility, destroying a reputation for sensible anti-establishment bravery. The path from mainstream whistleblower to 9/11 conspiracy theorist to now self-proclaimed messiah could arguably be a wish come true for the secret services that once tried to gag him, now presumably all too happy for him to have what some may call his David Icke moment.
People that call themselves your friends certainly do say, to use a colloquial phrase, that you might have lost it, hinting at sort of mental illness. I mean, are you mentally ill?
Well, I'd say to people, do I look mentally ill? Do I sound mentally ill? You know, I say, I mean, one of the things of proving you're not mad is being able to recognise how absurd these actions will look. And the reason I'm putting out this message is because I'm absolutely convinced, and as convinced I can be of anything in this world, that the universe is changing shape and that humanity has to prepare for that, and that I'm here to help teach people.
Shayler says the spirit told him to go public with his conclusions a couple of weeks ago at the Glastonbury Symposium, an alternative forum on crop circles. He was met with a mixed reaction. Conspiracy theory forums, normally his champions, were full of harsh post-speech analysis, calling his talk a narcissistic monologue and urging him to shut up. Even those sympathetic, saying it all sounds like a cry for help and encouraging him to get counselling.
All I would say is that one of the great spiritual lessons, of course, is we mustn't judge other people. And they are failing in the first spiritual lesson. This is partly why I'm here, to test people. Now, of course, I have to tell you as well that the way the great compassion is wired, it is wired to reward those who help Yeshua and to punish those who stop him.
Shayler's words will no doubt strike some viewers as bizarre. Others may see them as the logical conclusions of an anti-establishment loner.
And suddenly my whole life made sense. I felt a sense of peace. I suddenly realised why it had been as it had. Why I see...
Mind raced through lost feelings replaced with the ever-growing desire to exact pain in an unspeakable manner. He spotted his target, stepping outside his metal palace for a leak. The wind blew his unkempt hair like a flag flapping around uncontrollably, This disgraced Marine, McBride, looked scruffier than Tanner, and looked like a man who had suffered at the hands of his peers.